Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Boy, do we have an exciting episode for you today, especially if you are a DIY kind of person and you like to fix things that break. Save a few dollars, a few pesos by doing it yourself. Anyway, today, if you are a big fan of Apple products, like the Apple Watch, and you happen to be working inside your workshop, like I often do here at Villa Feliz, and you happen to do something very silly like break your watch screen with a tool like I did here at Villa Feliz, then today's the episode for you. Anyway, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So let's begin today's episode with going to the scene of the crime. Working back here on my bench vise, and I had a piece of rebar in here. I was bending it, it cracked, it slipped up in the air, and it ended up hitting or striking the screen on my Apple Watch, which broke it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the repair itself. Let's start today's episode by looking at the display. It was broken, obviously, and nothing was showing up on the screen. Now, the tools I used came in a package except for the GSE adhesive and the isopropyl alcohol. The other tools are just specialty tools that you're going to need, along with an anti-static brush that we have for cleaning up the inside of the watch. I also used the heat gun. This is my multi-functional tool heat gun and soldering iron right here. Now you're going to want to take off the watch band. It makes it a lot easier to do the repair with the band off. So go ahead and slide it off and begin with heating up your watch screen. The setting here is at 100, but I recommend 90 degrees centigrade for doing this process right here. Hold your heat gun about 1 inch off of the glass itself, going around and around. Don't let it stay in one position anytime too long, and then slowly do it at about 1 inch off. Then add some isopropyl alcohol around where you just heated, so it will kind of break down some of the adhesive and make it easier to remove. Using your specialty tool, you're just going to get up underneath the glass itself. I recommend starting at the broken area and working your way around. Now there is a crown, that's the crown that you use to turn on your watch and some of the settings. Make sure when you lift off the glass that you lift it off opposite side of the crown, because the crown is where your connection of your ribbon cable is to the actual watch itself. The next thing you're going to do to make it a little bit easier, you're going to need to remove some of the ribbon cable that's stuck onto the display with some more of the isopropyl alcohol. This will help you remove the ribbon cable without actually doing any damage to the cable itself. You might have to use this several times throughout this process. Now the next step is going to be you have to remove the ribbon cable from the actual watch itself. You're going to have to pull up a little bit of the protective plastic that's on there to get to the little ribbon cable attachment area. Go ahead and unclamp it and remove your ribbon cable and separate your broken iWatch display from the iWatch itself. Next thing you're going to need to do is clean up all the broken pieces of glass and adhesive that still remain on the shell, the frame of the Apple Watch. So go ahead and do that carefully. You might see something that looks like a ring that goes around. This could possibly be an O-ring, but I think it's mainly adhesive left over from the original application of putting on the screen. Next thing, use your static free brush and go ahead and remove anything that's left on the inside the frame. Make sure it's very clean before applying any adhesive later on. Inspect your ribbon cable connection points and go ahead and open up your box for your replacement display. Go ahead and inspect your display, make sure that it looks all proper and there's nothing missing or broken. And what we're going to do a reverse, pretty much a reverse of what we just did. So we're going to go ahead and attach the new ribbon cable to the Apple Watch itself in reverse order from the way that we took it out. And then we're going to slide the ribbon cable back into its position, and then we're going to lock it down with the small clips using these specialty tools. Go ahead and push any of the plastic adhesive for protection, push it back down so it will keep the face of the watch from contacting anything on the inside of the watch. Then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to apply the adhesive. The adhesive is going to provide both adhesion and it's going to waterproof the device in the event that you want to put it in a wet environment like a swimming pool. Go ahead and push the glass back in place, making sure it's sealed properly all the way around. Hold it for just a few minutes and then go ahead and push the crown in, and you should see, if you have any battery charge, you can see this one is red, meaning it's fully discharged and it needs to be charged. So that was a good sign right there. That's your first indicator that the display replacement was done properly. Do your full charge and then go ahead and remove protective coating once you're happy that everything is working properly, and go ahead and clean up your watch. Add your watch band, and then boom, there you go. Now before we close today's episode out, I know the question is going to come, how much did it cost you to do this replacement? How much would it have cost if you were brought into the Apple Care Center and had them do the replacement? Well, we just so happen to have come back from a vacation last week from Hong Kong. But it doesn't matter whether you're in Hong Kong or anywhere else around the world. At an Apple store, the price is the same no matter where you go. It's always based in US dollars. My purchase price for the replacement display screen on Amazon.com was $175.99. At the Apple store, $349 for the replacement. Amazon, purchasing a new one and doing it myself, $175.99. And that's a savings of around, what, $175? Right around $175 is what I saved, about half the price. And it wasn't a very difficult install. It only took me about 30 minutes to complete the entire install. So if you are one of those that like to do things yourself and you feel like you have some of the technical skills, and it's really not that much, it wasn't a really difficult job doing a replacement on this, then maybe this is right for you. I will leave a link in today's description block in today's episode and show you where I actually purchased this on Amazon.com. Well, that's about it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart. And the bottom right hand side of your screen, you'll be subscribed and notified if you ring that bell the next time I upload a new video. So until such time from right here in the beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.